And hello again, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday afternoon edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Tim Legler and Greg Anthony. And our reporter on the sideline tonight, Allie LaForce. As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Western Conference standings. If you look at the Timberwolves, if the playoffs started today, they'd hold the number 5 seed. Of course, they're looking to build on that.
Well, right now for the Timberwolves, they're in good position, firmly in the playoff picture. They don't have to worry about the play-in scenario at this point, and that's how they want to keep it.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Harris steps in at the 4, with Duren at the center spot. Then it's Robinson. Then it's Asar Thompson. And it's Jenkins in at the point. And for the Timberwolves, here we go. Up at the forward, it'll be McDaniels and Randall. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Dosunmu. And it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint. Greg, we look at the rosters of these teams, the athleticism they both have just jumps right off the page.
Listen, we're almost guaranteed multiple highlight level plays in this one. This is the kind of game where you see what incredible athletes the NBA has.
Here's Minnesota. This game against Detroit here, it's their first meeting of the season.
And this was as even a matchup as you'll find in the NBA. Split the season series down the middle, one apiece.
Well, you've got two teams, one from each conference, trying to reach that upper echelon. Should be an interesting matchup.
Now here's Thompson, following the miss by Julius Randle to the inside. And Duren slams it in.
And that is playing big down in the paint. Duren focused and flushing it home.
Pass to Dosunmu. Here's Gobert, defended by Duren. Gobert with a screen for DiVincenzo. And a miss there on the triple. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for Detroit. Duren with a screen on McDaniels. And Duren slams it in.
And I love seeing the bigs like Duren get rewarded after they've set a screen.
DiVincenzo passes to McDaniels. Pass to Randall. Launches a 3. Sinks the three-pointer.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Inside, it's stolen by Gobert. And here is DiVincenzo. He's covered by Thompson. DiVincenzo passes to McDaniels. Now Randall. Over Harris. That's good from Randall on the assist by McDaniels.
And how about the touch there inside? And that's where Randall likes to get the ball, and you can see why.
Harris finds Thompson. And here is Duren. Pass to Jenkins. His three-pointer's off the mark. So for the Pistons, their last game, a win against New Orleans. So Anthony Edwards, the Timberwolves franchise player. GA, how good do you think he can be?
Well, some were ready to anoint him the new face of the league. But if they're to win the franchise's first title, there's another level he's got to reach.
Now here's Jenkins. Following the miss by Julius Randle. Here's Harris. And he drops it in from the low post.
Yeah, Harris has that big, strong frame, and he knows how to overpower even tight defense.
And Jalen Duren picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Now here's DiVincenzo. Nothing on the board. And there's the bucket from Dosunmu.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here is Harris. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Yeah, finding a way. That's what Harris does.
DiVincenzo, the bounce pass. Randall passes to Dosunmu. Back to Randall. 6 on the shot clock. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Robinson kicks to Jenkins. Pass to Thompson. Pistons passing it around. Harris's shot is off. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Here's Randall. Gobert with a screen for Randall. No good on the triple.
Struggling to get it going out there right now. I think he's pressing just a little bit too much.
Thompson looking for an opening. Robinson, that's good.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Yeah, it's been a close matchup, which we expected, and this could very well come down to some big shots at the end.
Now here's Randall. His last outing, he had 24 points.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Robinson down low. Defended by Dosunmu. Robinson, that's good.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Randall outside. Back to DiVincenzo. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
On the wing, Harris. Back to Thompson. Lets it go from the wing. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, let's give a shout out to their defense in that one. The intensity, the shot blocking, just a dominant performance.
I just thought they looked focused all night long. At no point did they relax or take their foot off the gas.
Here's DiVincenzo. Swatted away. Looking now at some numbers for Duncan Robinson.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
Now here's Jenkins. Still without a basket. Pass to Robinson from deep. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists tonight.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. And here we have a rundown of the players you don't want on you when you're putting up a shot. The leaders in blocks over the last month. 4th, Rudy Gobert.
And guys, as the month has unfolded, his interior defense has gotten better and better.
Here's DiVincenzo. Scoreless thus far. Gobert with a screen on Thompson. McDaniels gets a wide open look. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Pass to Robinson. Here's the three. Good. And Harris gets the assist. And now it's an 11-point Piston lead.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Jalen Duren has certainly forced him in this NBA. He's a nightly double-double.
Well, he looks like a bouncer at a nightclub, but you forget how young this guy is. If he keeps improving like this, Kevin, he has a chance to be one of the premier bigs in this league.
I was going to say the same thing about you, but I'll call you a Greek god as opposed to a bouncer in a bar. How's that?
I much prefer the Greek god description.
Now here's Randall. He's got 5. 5 on the clock. They could use a bucket, and Randall throws it down.
Not enough defense there. Allowing Randall to get that close is a recipe for disaster.
And Detroit with another turnover here.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Thompson.
Some impressive play from him over the last month.
He's right around 9 points a night, just over 2 steals and 5 rebounds. And he's a nice scoring threat in their second unit, a guy who provides instant offense.
Well, I just love his mentality and his approach. He is always ready to go when called upon.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Clark, he's checked in for McDaniel. And Bones Island subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo.
Not stopping that. Gobert from there is right around 100%.
Here's Thompson following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Duren a screen. Herter with it. Guarded now by Clark. The drive by Thompson. Well, this league has some of the world's best athletes. But Asar Thompson, like his brother Amen, Tim, they're on another level.
Yeah, this guy has a top-tier burst and relentlessness to make things happen. He's already a stopper at the defensive end.
First free throw is good. Greg, not many games remain in the season, and the posturing beginning for these teams as they jostle for postseason positioning.
Yeah, this is the time to give full effort and to really communicate. When the pressure rises, teams can either gel together or fall apart.
And so Thompson nails both of them. A defensive tone setter, that's Asar Thompson. He shadows his man with relentless determination, but his game right before his, Tim, don't you think, is expanding in every way?
Oh, he's got immeasurable impact defensively, blocks, steals, deflections, always a disruptor. He's still a little bit foul prone, but I think as he starts to get a reputation in this league as an elite defender, he is going to be scary.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks. The Pistons are growing. Coach J.B. Bickerstaff said, I appreciate the work that the guys have put in, and I'm proud of what they're becoming. But we have more work to do. We're still taking steps. Our guys have improved. The team has improved, but we're not finished yet. Kevin, back to you.
On the rise. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report.
Well, with that size and athletic ability, Duren is a terrific alley-oop threat.
Pass to Highland. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall. Highland's got his second bucket of the night. Detroit leading by 7. Sasser with it. Misses from short range.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Randall outside. 1:27 left to play here in the first. Back to Highland. Over Sasser. Gobert the pass to Highland. Clark for 3. Outside for Randall. From outside, off the mark. Detroit's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Pass to Sasser. 52 seconds left in the first quarter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And let's take a look at some numbers for Gobert.
And he's an eraser inside, a definite factor defensively, right in that top 5 in blocks per game.
And you're right. He's been the pinnacle of scoring efficiency. Never seems to take a bad shot. That's why he's tops in field goal percentage. first one falls. And after years of disappointment, the Pistons, Tim, finally seem to have put it together.
And I think the key for them has been blending in the right amount of veteran leadership with their emerging young players. And I'll tell you what, this team still has a lot more upside.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Anderson comes in for Julius Randle. And it's Conley in for Dosunmu. Now here's Conley. Misses from close range.
That's a missed opportunity, and that is one he would love to have back.
Pass to Sasser. Here's Holland, defended by Anderson. Reid, a screen on Anderson. Here's Holland. Here's Reid. A shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Clark outside. And Reid has it in the corner. Yep, that one goes.
That's the right pass to make. Beautiful job.
And so it's Detroit in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Detroit?
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
And you can't overlook what they've done in the paint as well. A huge part of their success in this one.
They've got Bones Highland. Joe Ingles is out there with Clark. Then it's Conley, and it's Reid in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Sasser with it, covered by Conley. Pass to Reid. Now here's LeVert. Off target with his three. Conley into the lane. Clark left side. Driving in. It's stolen. Now Sasser. Pass to Holland. It's good from the top of the key. Holland's got the opening basket here in the second quarter for the Pistons.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
Well, you just have to communicate those switches. If you don't, it's on you.
Conley. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Another miss by Minnesota.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Herter with a screen on Conley. Here's Sasser. Off target from outside. Timberwolves trail by 10. Outside Conley. Clark outside. It's in there. Conley with the assist. Clark's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And Conley is just so unselfish. He's very willing to give the ball up if it means setting up a teammate.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Randall's checked in for Joe Ingles. McDaniels comes in for Clark. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Detroit also making some changes. Duren, he's checked in for Reed. Duncan Robinson comes in for Karis LeVert. And it's Jenkins in for Marcus Sasser. Pistons leading by 7. Pass to Holland. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Duren a screen. 6 to shoot. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Duren's got 10.
Well, that's what I love about Duren. He understands his game and his limitations. He likes the ball down low. He is not going to take too many threes.
Randall is doubled. Highland the bounce pass. Reed kicks to Randall. Pass to Highland. Off target from three-point range. The Pistons have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Here's Holland. Three-pointer on the way. They get it back. Robinson for 3. That one misses. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the Timberwolves. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. No good with the triple.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Out of bounds. Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession. Now some of the best in the NBA right here. The top scorers, efficiency-wise. Rudy Gobert, number 1. Jalen Duren, 3rd.
You can't say enough about these two guys shooting this season. Both their percentages, just incredible stuff.
Now here's Jenkins. Hasn't made one yet. Duren with the screen on DiVincenzo. Here's Herter. Pass to Jenkins. Lets it go from deep. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2. McDaniels against Herter. Up it goes, and the Piston lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket for McDaniels.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
And Duren slams it in.
And what's great about Duren's production is it's consistent and he plays to his strengths.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
No one near Randall as he lets it go. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, I think at this point the whole team is pressing, but he certainly looks frustrated.
Holland. That one's not going to go. Randall with some nice D. Here's Highland. That 3 off the mark. Pistons leading by 9. Outside Robinson. Down low. Duren, no good. Timberwolves shooting a pretty low, 34% thus far. Here's Randall. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. The Pistons shooting in the second quarter has been pretty embarrassing, just 27%. Tim, what a ride it's been for sharpshooter Duncan Robinson.
Well, there is no doubt about it, Kevin. He's the only player ever to take part in both a men's Division III and Division I championship game. Then, after going undrafted, he goes on to start in the NBA Finals. He has really come a long way.
The Timberwolves again can't hit. And, well, Detroit shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Over to the left wing. Here's Holland. He's defended by Randall. Holland, no good.
Nothing going his way this quarter offensively. Time to recalibrate.
And it's good, 2 points. McDaniels got 4 this quarter.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. And it's Dosunmu in for Highland. And then for Detroit, Harris comes in for Holland. And it's Thompson in for Kevin Huerter. On defense, the Timberwolves only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Now here's Jenkins, defended by DiVincenzo. Lock at 6. Duren with a screen on McDaniels. And they get it back. On the wing, Harris. Outside, Robinson. Misses the 3.
Well, after lighting it up from deep in the first quarter, they have quieted him down.
Now DiVincenzo. Still scoreless. Randall up and in on the layup. And now just a 5-point Detroit lead.
And the defense cannot underestimate Randall's strength. Pushes right through the contact and gets the shot.
Now here's Thompson. An 11-point game for him in the win against New Orleans.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort.
Here's DiVincenzo following the 3 by Detroit. Pass to McDaniels. Gobert with a screen on Thompson. To the middle. It's stolen by Duren. Thompson passes to Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
Well, if Tobias Harris sees a lane to the rim, he is going to exploit it.
And here is DiVincenzo. Back to Randall. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Shot clock at 6. And stolen by Harris. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Timberwolves trail by 10. And Randall throws it down.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Now here is Harris. Outside, Robinson. Harris setting the pick for Robinson. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Offline with his 3. The Timberwolves shooting 36% in the second quarter. They really haven't found their rhythm yet offensively here. Pistons leading by 8. Harris kicks to Jenkins. Outside, Robinson. And the dunk by Robinson.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I mean, when you're fighting back, you cannot give up plays like that.
And timeout called by Chris Finch. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy.
And looking now at some numbers here for Randall. They've gotten some big performances from him since the All-Star break. He's putting up about 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. And so much of what they do on offense depends on how he plays.
But that's right. There's no question he's not their only offensive weapon, but he is a key cog in what they're trying to do.
Gobert dishes to McDaniels. Randall from outside. And no good. Detroit leading by 10. Thompson in the corner. There's the lob to Duren. Stolen by McDaniels. A shot missing. Great defense that time from Duren. And this young Pistons team, GA, you and I love them, building around toughness.
Yeah, offensively, attacking the paint, defensively, where they are engaged. And they'll send you to the foul line quite a bit, but that's a product of that hard-nosed style.
Let's see the connected cam angle on that stunning play, brought to you by AT&T. And Minnesota has possession, following the bucket by the Pistons. DiVincenzo passes to Randall. 5 to shoot. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Randall's got 6 here in this quarter. Now here's Jenkins, defended by DiVincenzo. Thompson outside. No good on the 3.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Randall with the bucket.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Duren. And Duren slams it in.
You know, he's smaller for the center position by NBA standards, but his leaping ability more than makes up for his lack of height.
Now here's DiVincenzo. 17 points for him last game against Houston.
Well, he was cold in that first quarter, and now it's great to see him flip that switch and start getting hot here.
Here's Thompson. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Robinson misses.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. And that's now 6 points for Dosunmu.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now here's Jenkins, defended by DiVincenzo. Pass to Harris. Over Randall. Here's Duren. And Duren slams it in.
Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Leaving some skin on the floor. Those are pure hustle points.
And that does it for the first half of play. Pistons lead by 6. Now we have a moment to go courtside. Allie LaForce has got something for us.
I'm here with Chris Finch, and Coach, any adjustments that you'd like to see on the offensive end?
Yeah, I mean, ideally we'd like to get some movement and get into a bunch of random pick and rolls, and then we feel like keep the defense a little bit off balance, but been a little sluggish so far tonight.
Got to put the defense back on its toes. Thanks, Coach.
All right, Allie, thank you. And, folks, we'll be back with you right after this halftime break.
Welcome. All right, guys, let's break it down. It has not been the ideal start for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
You talked about it in the past. They have a deep rotation. That allows them to play matchups.
So why aren't they ahead in this game? And I'll tell you why. The starters have to do more.
All right, fellas, let's now take a look at what's to come on the upcoming schedule.
You look at the Timberwolves, yeah, they're almost the best in show. My question is, how much better can they get? Can they shift into another gear, Shaq?
You are what you are until proven otherwise. They're good, but not good enough yet. I'm saying yet.
Okay.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Timberwolves trail by 6, and Detroit looking at who they've got. The forwards are Thompson and Harris. Then it's Duren. Then it's Robinson, and it's Jenkins in at the 1. McDaniels, and again Minnesota with the triple.
Well, those are the ones you're happy to get every trip down the floor if you can.
Thompson outside. Harris kicks to Jenkins. Pistons passing it around. Robinson misses. The Timberwolves shooting about 42% so far. And stolen by Harris. Pass to Jenkins. Back to Harris. There's the lob to Duren. Now here's DiVincenzo. Guarded closely. Now here's Dosunmu. Guarded by Robinson. For the tie. Dosunmu's shot is off. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And they call an illegal screen here. Let's take a quick look at the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. Creating points off turnovers have been the calling card for these teams. The Pistons second.
They're so aware defensively. I mean, an opportunistic group in terms of forcing miscues and getting out in transition. And boy, do they do a great job of taking advantage.
Now here's Randall. 15 points in the game. Here's McDaniels. Gobert. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And Gobert showing how much he wanted that basket.
Jenkins the pass to Robinson. A three-pointer, no good.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
McDaniels finds Dosunmu. Back to McDaniels. Randall a screen on Harris. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Tim, and maybe I'm asking the wrong guy this, but are teams relying too much on the three-point shot?
Well, I do think there are nights I feel it becomes a little redundant, but the skill level of these players, Kevin, has led us here. More guys are capable of making that deep shot, so I don't see it going away anytime soon.
And the skill required to do it, no one knows that more than you. The skill required is just something else.
Consistency is what teams are looking for.
Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
A big man with a nice shooting stroke. You love to see it.
Thompson outside. Jenkins with a screen for Thompson. Outside Robinson. Out to the wing. Duren with a screen on DiVincenzo. 3 on the clock. And Jenkins kicks to Robinson. And he's good on the 3-ball. Robinson's got 19 points. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. He has yet to score.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
Robinson for 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Dosunmu, the pass to DiVincenzo. Launches it. A nice shot by McDaniels. McDaniels got the lead up to 3 now for Minnesota.
Well, his team is up, and he's a big reason why. And it's a little easier to shoot when you know you've got an advantage on the scoreboard.
Now, here is Robinson. He's got 19. Now here's Jenkins, defended by DiVincenzo.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
McDaniels outside. Gobert with a screen for McDaniels. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Beautiful look right there. Led his man perfectly.
Pistons trail by 3. Outside Robinson. Stolen by McDaniel. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
I'm in love with how they're moving the basketball all game long, and also their ability to move without the ball. That style just makes it so difficult to defend.
Another thing they've done really well in this game is their focus on the three-point shot. They're doing a great job of spreading the floor and then hitting those perimeter shots.
He's off on the second. And it's Harris with the ball for the Detroit Pistons. Trailing by 4. On the way, Harris. Rebound, Minnesota. Gobert's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And here is DiVincenzo. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Randall a screen on Robinson. 4 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. Randall no good. Pistons trail by 4. Robinson kicks to Jenkins. It's stolen by DiVincenzo. Drives to the hoop. Makes it off the glass. DiVincenzo's got 5 points so far.
He's an absolute beast to deal with for the defense. Sometimes he can even leave you feeling helpless.
Pistons passing it around. Pass to Harris. 3-pointer. Detroit, no good that time either.
And at this point, the defense is daring him to shoot.
Here's Randall, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group. Only around 75%.
One shot.
That free throw good from Randall. Tim, at one point, your dream was to play professional baseball. Why did you switch?
Kevin, it really came down to this. Hit a growth spurt when I was 14 years old, and I decided to go try this basketball thing that first year in high school. As it turns out, what I fell in love with, I didn't need anybody else to get better. I had an insatiable work ethic. It lent itself to hours and hours on the basketball court by myself.
That is such an interesting perspective. Pistons trail by 9. To the paint. Here's Robinson. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 3 assists in the game.
And that's exactly the type of pass we expect from a guy with his vision.
Now here's DiVincenzo. 5 points in the game. Stolen by Thompson. Now here's Jenkins. Defended by DiVincenzo. Harris outside. Here's Jenkins. Defended by DiVincenzo. Just 5 on the clock. Jenkins can't get it to go.
That is a missed opportunity. He'd love to have that one back.
Pass to Gobert. Now here's Randall. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
This is his second attempt at the line tonight. Holland, he's checked in for Jalen Duren.
One shot.
That free throw good from Randall.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
Jenkins dishes to Harris. Pass to Robinson. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Reed's checked in. On the free throw, no good. Minnesota leading by 8. McDaniels outside. DiVincenzo finds McDaniels. To the middle. Here's Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now here's Jenkins. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Harris looking it over Gobert. Detroit, no good that time either.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got 4 teammates on the floor. And that's 4 from deep on the night, with 3 of them coming in this half.
Harris inside. Gobert on him. Count that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut to just 11 on the basket from Harris.
And it does a world of good for them to have Harris getting busy inside. Gives them that inside-out edge they're looking for.
Now, here's Reed. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Down low. Reed with the block. Now, here's DiVincenzo. 5 points in the game. Pass to McDaniels. Right wing. Gobert finds Reed. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Harris, that shot off the mark. Reed with the defensive effort.
Just hasn't been his night so far, and if he's unable to find his rhythm, this might be a long night for them.
Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Highland's checked in. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for the Pistons. Here's Jenkins, and they're staring at a sizable deficit.
And still within reach, though, that they don't have to rush things.
Harris passes to Huerter. Here's Jenkins. Huerter setting the pick for Jenkins. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Huerter. Fires the 3. Minnesota with the rebound. McDaniels got rebound number 5 here tonight. .129 left in the third quarter of the game. Connects from three-point range.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Now here is Harris. Detroit, no good that time either.
He just can't get anything going in this quarter, and his team desperately in need of a spark.
Here's Dosunmu, and another 3 for Minnesota.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, they certainly have the shooters to do it. It's just about finding that rhythm.
Now here's Huerter. Pass to Harris. Fires from deep. Knocks down the 3-ball. Harris has got 5 points now in the quarter.
His first 3 of the game. Maybe that gets him going from out there.
McDaniels on the wing. 29 seconds left to play in the third. Back to Highland. Reed with a screen for Highland. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Here's Harris. Pass to Herter. And stolen by DiVincenzo. That one doesn't go. It's been all about Jaden McDaniels for Minnesota. It's been an excellent game for him offensively. He's got 21 points and counting. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Yeah, right there, he wasn't a ball stopper. He kept his eyes up and his options open.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Randall and Reed holding down the post spots. Bones Highland is out there with Conley, and it's Clark in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Highland. Pass to Conley. And here is Clark. Highland passes to Reed. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. And the Timberwolves lead by 19. Sasser with it. Conley picks him up. Here's Duren. Pass to Herter. LeVert in the corner. And the 3 off target.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's Reed. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
Passes like this demonstrate Conley's unselfishness as well as his desire to get his guys going on offense.
Now here's Herter. Duren with the screen on Highland. There's the lob to Duren. Clark outside. Outside Conley. Inside. Timberwolves passing it around. Reed gets the bucket.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Sasser. Duren high post. So when you look at different approaches to player recovery, from load management, say, Tim, to rub some dirt on it and get back in there, where do you stand on all of that?
Well, I do think teams have done a better job of trying to make sure players are protected from themselves and make sure they're getting enough rest. But I also think there are times guys should be allowed to play through certain types of minor injuries.
Here's Sasser. He tries for 3. Holland, no good.
And it just feels like his poor shooting has been contagious to his entire team as they find themselves trailing.
Count the basket.
And this is how Randall likes to operate, taking it in to the defense over and over again.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Minnesota. And a switcher also for Detroit. Thompson's checked in. Here's Sasser. So, Tim, in the past, it's always been accepted that the veteran-laden teams would have an edge. But I don't know if we're seeing that as much now. What do you think?
Well, I think you used to see a lot more continuity with rosters across a number of years. But nowadays, much shorter contracts means you have teams that evolve and change more regularly than ever before.
Almost feels like you got to be more nimble as a franchise than ever before.
You absolutely have to have much more forethought because you keep these groups together for a shorter period of time.
Here's Conley following the bucket by the Pistons. And he banks in the layup.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
Pass to Duren. Now Herter. He's defended by Highland. Duren with a screen on Highland. Just 5 to shoot. Herter passes to Duren. Gobert with the block.
Get that out of here. Gobert doing his job to protect the rim.
Here's Highland. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Pass to Sasser. Here's Holland. The tray. Rebound, Minnesota. Gobert's got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Now here's Conley to the left side wing. Highland misses.
Great job on the closeout and taking away space against a good shooter.
Sasser finds Thompson. Now Herter. Duren sets the screen for Herter. 6 on the shot clock. Fades. Detroit, no good that time either.
Well, that's 2 good players going at each other. Advantage to the defense that time.
To the inside. Holland the pass to Duren. And Duren slams it in.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
What a great sequence. You gotta love the effort. That's big time.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Daniels, he's checked in for Clark. Dosunmu comes in for Bones Highland. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Then for the Pistons, Tobias Harris is checked in for Holland. Duncan Robinson comes in for Kevin Herter. And it's Jenkins in for Marcus Sasser. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for Minnesota. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. And with the most recent collective bargaining agreement, Tim, teams have felt the pinch of those new luxury tax and apron penalties.
Yeah, and the goal of those being put in place was to have more top-tier talent equally spread out around the league. And as you've seen, there's been some tough decisions already. Some teams have had to trade away some of their stars just to make the math work.
And sometimes it's hard to make that math work. There's so many moving parts.
And as a result, it's more important to be able to structure out your supporting cast than ever before.
Timberwolves leading by 23. McDaniels outside. Gobert with a screen on Thompson. McDaniels, and once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Well, I'm surprised he missed that one. He is a dangerous guy to leave open.
Thompson misses.
Wow, you got to commend the defensive effort right there. It really made a difference.
DiVincenzo finds McDaniels. Now here's Dosunmu, guarded by Robinson. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And all of that size rolling there after that screen. Gobert moves now with such confidence when in the pick and roll.
And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo buries the corner three.
And after being shut out in the first half, he is starting to come to life.
At the elbow, it's Robinson. It's tipped. Randle with the ball. McDaniels outside. Gobert the screen. Buries it down low.
And continues his perfect night. It's unreal. I just hope he doesn't believe in the announcer's jinx.
Thompson outside. Robinson kicks to Harris. Outside Robinson. Clock at 6. Duren with the screen on DiVincenzo. Here's Jenkins. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. The Timberwolves have got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Here's Dosunmu, and it's off from three-point range.
Well, he's not having as much success shooting the ball early as he wanted, but so far, it's not hurting their team performance.
Now, here's Duren. Pass to Harris. Back to Duren. Oh, he misses the dunk. Timberwolves shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Randle no good. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
Now here's Jenkins. And here is Harris. He's defended by Randle. Harris misses.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
There's no question about it. It feels like every missed shot is ending up in his hands. Unreal.
Dosunmu with it, guarded by Robinson. No good from outside.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Here's Jenkins. No good on the three. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting 44% in the fourth. The offense with some ups and downs. Now DiVincenzo. Randle from outside. Thompson with the rebound. Thompson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Robinson with it. McDaniels picks him up. Harris a screen on DiVincenzo. Back to Harris. They grab their own miss. Duren the pass to Thompson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Julius Randle picks one up.
Clever move by the young guy. Thompson sticks with the shot and gets fouled.
And the first one drops. One thing we see sometimes, players opting to represent themselves when it comes to signing a contract. In other words, Tim, they don't have an agent. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think most players, Kevin, understand that the numbers are pretty set, particularly for the superstar. If you know you're going to get a supermax, why not keep more of what you make? Why pay an agent?
That's a good point.
Well, that's the problem, playing catch-up at the end. Every point matters, but at least it wasn't an empty trip.
Reed with it, picked up by Harris.
And, guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Jenkins the pass to Duren. Reed with the rebound. Minnesota shooting 47%, pretty solid.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Timberwolves.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And these guys already with 45 wins on the year, so tonight will make it 46.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for Jaden McDaniels.
And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
And it's Detroit's ball. At the elbow, it's Robinson. To the paint, here's Jenkins, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Interior passing is so difficult if you aren't precise. They were right there. Nice work.
Outside, Reed. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Robinson against Highland. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And here is Jenkins. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Allie, let's go to you courtside. What do you have for us?
Julius, it wasn't always smooth sailing tonight, but you guys got it done. How did you feel about the level of play coming down the stretch?
Absolutely amazing. You know, there's ups and downs of the season, but, you know, one thing is we're going to play hard every night and give ourselves a chance. So we did that for most of the night, but, you know, we did an amazing job staying together.
The effort certainly was not lacking tonight. Thanks, Julius.
Terrific, Allie. Thanks. And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Jaden McDaniels.